This is the APD Pod Squad. I'm Rick Rice. In this episode, we'll explore how lateral transfers are significantly contributing to APD's progress toward full staffing. Joining me to discuss their transitions from other agencies are officers Brandon Collins and Mark Beddingfield. While APD continues to have success recruiting first-time officers, these experienced transfers are playing a vital role in filling our ranks. Prior to joining APD, Brandon served with the Montreat and Woodfin Police Departments and is an App State graduate. Mark, who also served in Tryon, comes to the department from the Fletcher Police Department and brings more than a decade of experience in law enforcement. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, including one of our newest officers and first-time new dad, Andrew Ammons. He joins me, and we'll see how he's dealing with two new experiences at once. And Hannah Silberman is back with another History Minute as we go back 75 years to June 9th, 1951, and a call of a man with a gun in Montreat terrorizing the neighborhood. Find out what evidence led officers right to the suspect who was inside a nearby house when captured. It's all coming up on Season 2, Episode 20 of the APD Pod Squad. Getting to know Officer Brandon Collins, new to the Asheville Police Department, really new to the Asheville Police Department. He's one of our lateral transfers and not yet on the road, correct, Brandon?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So let's just start at the beginning. Okay, not all the way back to the beginning, which is we always ask people where they were born, because that is the beginning, right? But as far as your beginning as an Asheville police officer, because you joining the force is different than many of the other officers we've talked to that come straight out of BLET, the cadets, they're brand spanking new shiny officers. You are a lateral transfer, which is one of the ways we're fortifying our force right now. And the numbers are getting larger and we're becoming a bigger department, which is great news. What got you thinking about joining the Asheville Police Department?
Well, as a native of the Asheville area, my family's been here 200 years. This place is my home. My grandfather was a policeman here for 30 years from 1961 to 1991.
Bit of a legacy then.
Yes, sir. His name was Charles Wilson.
Okay.
A lot of the older guys here that are, just about to retire or have already retired, my grandfather trained them.
Oh, wow. And probably they worked with him a little bit, I would guess, like his tail end and their beginning.
Yes, sir. There is on the third floor, there is a giant bulletin board with all the officers from years past. 1986, my grandfather was there on that.
The year I graduated high school. I know exactly which one you're talking about. As you come through the front doors and then you push aside those, it's the one right in front of you in that hallway. So jumps out to me because of the year. Okay. 1986, right? I'm thinking high school, and I'm looking at the hairstyles, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that was me.
Yeah, back then they had a policy. My grandfather had that policy back from the 60s and 70s. Every time you walked out of your patrol car, you put that patrol cap on. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the guys at the FOP would often joke that, oh, Charlie in that hat.
Well, there's some people I've seen with the hat, the hair's like flying out the side because, the hairstyles in the 80s were different.
Oh, yeah.
than they are now. So your grandfather was a member of the APD, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And what department were you at? What agency prior to coming here?
I was with the Montreat Police Department.
But that's not the only one, right?
Yes, sir. I was also, before that, I was at Woodfin.
Okay. Did you enjoy your time both those?
Yes, sir, I did.
How long? How long were you there?
Woodfin, it was about 6-7 months. Mm-hmm. Then I went to Montreat for about a year and a half, and I decided that I need to make that step.
A little quiet out at Montreat, I would imagine, right?
Bears and college kids.
I was guessing bears would be your biggest problem.
Well, they actually listened to me.
Oh, but the college kids, not so much. So that's awesome to make the jump to APD. What made you pull the trigger?
At Montreat, I love the town. I love the department, and it's just no opportunity for growth. Mm-hmm. And also, I needed a bit more training to succeed in this career.
It's a beautiful campus.
Oh, yes.
So it's a campus that is featured, and you've probably read the book. I'm sure everyone's read the book 1 second after. Mm-hmm. So one of your professors wrote that, right? William Forshton?
I went to Appalachian State.
Well, you worked at Montreat, though. So one of those professors, I should say. Are you familiar with the book?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So it featured the Montreat campus and that area and all those things. And for people that haven't read that book, it is one of the most page-turning books I have ever read. I think I read it in a weekend. I couldn't put it down because it was, in a scary way, kind of realistic.
Yes, sir. I'm from Swannanoa, and we saw everything during the storm.
In the book, they called Ingalls, the Ingalls warehouse, the Ingram's warehouse, because they didn't want to use the same name. But the basic premise of that particular book is an EMP, an electromagnetic pulse, basically knocks out everything that's electronic, which is everything. And we basically just get sent back to the Stone Age, and then what happens from there? So you went to App State?
Yes, sir.
Now, was that for criminal justice? Was that for that, or just something else?
It was for computer science.
Okay. Clearly not doing computer science anymore, so it just didn't take?
Well, I tried to join the military right after college. I had a medical issue that prevented me from going, so I thought, well, there's another thing I know and love is law enforcement. I grew up around it. I grew up around this department. You know, all the older guys said, might as well try my hand at that.
So you mentioned Swannanoa. Is that where you're hailing from? Is that your origins?
Swannanoa, yes,
So you went to Owen then, probably?
Played for Kenny Ford back in 47.
I played at Kenny's golf tournament a few different times. That golf tournament was legendary. I'm not sure if you were ever there.
He takes golf very seriously.
So what year was that? Did you graduate?
I graduated in 2014.
2014?
A year before Jagger Gardner.
Oh, boy. Is Swannanoa where you're from? Is it still your home? So then I have to ask, you had actually kind of mentioned the storm. How did you and your family do?
We fared. We were high up on the hill, but we saw everything.
Yeah?
Like during the storm.
That had to be terrifying.
Yes, sir, it was.
I mean, I saw what I saw, but not from there, right? I live all the way to the end of the city limits of Asheville. Technically, it's still Asheville. My mailing address is Candler. So I don't have a major body of water really right near me. First time I saw it was driving into work that Friday morning, and I drove by the French Broad River coming down 240, and that's when I knew it was worse than anyone had ever possibly expected. So when did you know how bad it was going to be? Thursday was the day.
When I went to the YMCA in Black Mountain and the river was starting to swell, and we realized we're going to have another big system coming in the next night. I thought, okay, it was just going to be another thunderstorm.
Right.
But power gets knocked out at 6 o'clock, and things just start going sideways. Like my house is up on a hill, but there was actual ponds of water in my yard.
Yeah.
And was able to look out over the road and seeing like cars floating by on the river, like giant propane tanks floating down.
So that would have been Wednesday, I guess, the night before because it rained for 2 days before.
Oh yeah, this was a Friday morning of the storm.
Oh, okay, so Friday. And did you guys evacuate then? Did you leave or did you stay?
We never got the evacuation order until quarter till 11, not that Thursday night.
Wow.
So we decided to hunker down.
That's pretty wild.
But my father's father was a Korean War vet. And I'll say this, I now understand why he never talked about it.
You know, the PTSD is real. You still can remember things so incredibly vividly. I remember myself, I took some video when it was raining really hard, not from Helene, but from the storms the days previous, right? I was just sitting on my front porch, and I just like, it is really, really, really coming. Now I just happened to take a video. I still have that in my phone, and every so often I'll look back at it, and I'm like, man, that was before Helene arrived. And I'm like, it's no wonder. We got inundated before that. And then the storm arrived, and we're still recovering from it, especially in Swannanoa.
Yeah, I mean, they suspended the Beacon Bike Park for a while, and they're slowly starting to bring that one back. They say it's supposed to be open by September this year. So, I mean, there's still places in Swannanoa that the storm destroyed and it's never been touched.
Well, you drive right down the main drag there, Highway 70, and near the Harley Davidson, you kind of start right there at that exit, and you head out towards Black Mountain, and you can see what was the KOA campground, and that whole area going out that way. I like to golf a lot, and so I've been to Black Mountain Golf Course, which is only 9 holes, right now because that got destroyed too. They're still working on getting that back, and that's just one little bit. I mean, everything else in that whole corridor, that was right along that river. And people are still continuing to trying to rebuild, although we see signs, which is great, but we still got a long way to go.
Oh, yeah, because there's a story that I don't normally tell people. I was walking down my street, and I came across a fellow who was at a bachelor's party at an Airbnb down below my house. His name was John. I never got his last name, but he was a swiftwater rescue firefighter from Cincinnati, Ohio. So he and we did our best what we could that day, and I tried to find him. I just couldn't find him.
So
in a way, I don't want to find him, if that makes sense.
So did he survive or not? So he did survive. Okay,
because,
so he made it.
Yeah, because he was helping Swannanoa Fire Department best he could, and I was trying to make sure people don't go down US 70 because there was at least 18 inches of mud. But it's kind of the mystery of the Lord puts you in places that He wants you. And I kind of told him, I said, see, Team Blue and Team Red can work together.
Yeah, and everyone did then, right? Yeah. Everyone, especially those with experience, any kind of first responders whatsoever. You did what you did. He did what he did, and you knew you had to because of just the calling, right? Being a member of a law enforcement agency, in his case, a member of probably a fire department. You just do it.
Yeah, because not to get too religious, but in a way, I feel like I ran across an angel that day. I feel like I did.
I think a lot of us did. Angels were there. That's for certain. I have no doubt about that. All of the heroic stories that occurred during that. And, of course, we lost a lot of people as well. Yeah. So Officer Brandon Collins, lateral transfer, joining the Asheville Police Department, is with us. And your process right now is not yet on the street. There's paperwork. There's all these different things. So as opposed to a cadet, what steps do you have to take that's different, that's additional, that's less as part of the process?
Well, in the whole hiring process, just go to the website and fill out your information, apply to it, and then one of the recruitment guys will come and talk to you. There's like a 8-step process, 8 or 9 steps. And the first process I did was a written and physical test, which was reading comprehension and actual police written exam. Then you had to do the police officer physical abilities test, or the POPAT.
Right.
Though it was modified than what I did in BLET. A lot, when I was in BLET in 2023, there were people that went here to APD. This is before the in-house academy. So they did all that process prior to that, and then they went to BLET.
Right.
Then after that, go through different steps like an actual panel interview, your polygraph examination, medical screening, background investigation, review of the conditional offer, and then you sign that offer and then make sure everything's good to go. But to answer your question, laterals, they tend to go from one department to another while keeping their certification.
So how long have you been in that room that I found you in?
This is the 3rd week because we're still waiting on the North Carolina AOC.
So you can't wait to get out of there and get on the street, I would guess.
Yes, sir.
Those 4 walls you're becoming very familiar with, but it's part of the process. The paperwork's got to be processed, all these different things. Do you know an estimated date of when you can get in the car?
We don't have no idea. It all depends on the state.
That'll be a good day, though, right?
Yes, sir.
So when it comes to law enforcement, do you have any aspirations, any particular department you'd like to see yourself grow into?
Well, since I have a degree in computer science, I'd like to do cyber crimes eventually.
Yeah.
Like things such as illicit drug sales online on the dark web or firearm sales, things of that nature. So
a detective, part of our computer crimes
we'll see.
Division. That'd be kind of cool, though, right?
Yeah, but I'd also like to be a training officer.
Well, we could always use good training officers. Now, you might have to raise your voice if you were doing that. And as soft-spoken as you are, and with your calm demeanor, have you ever yelled at anyone?
Yes, I have.
Okay, just want to make sure you know how to yell because you're very soft-spoken. I just don't see you getting that excitable that you're going to raise your voice to somebody. But I'm sure you will when the time comes.
I have, yes. I have.
Well, welcome to the force, Officer Brandon Collins. Looking forward to seeing you out there in your uniform.
Thank you, sir.
Getting to know another lateral transfer. It's Officer or maybe Senior Police Officer Mark Beddingfield. We're still working that out, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have several levels, obviously, here at the Asheville Police Department. And you came from Fletcher, and we'll talk about that. But how many years of experience in law enforcement, you said?
So I've got 13 total years.
Okay.
Well, almost 13.
All right.
10 were at Fletcher and 2.5 were at Tryon Police Department.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably SPO, maybe SPO2 to get started. I'm not giving you a rank of sergeant or anything like that, lieutenant, or we're not putting you in a position of authority just yet.
No, not yet.
So where are you from? You're from Asheville?
From Hendersonville.
So Western North Carolina, right? Not too far,
Nope.
Which explains, I guess, working in Fletcher. So do you live in the Fletcher area or the Hendersonville area? Or
No, I moved all the way down to Rutherford County about 4 years ago.
Okay, so you'll need probably to move again.
I like it down there.
So you're going to make the commute every day, huh?
Yeah.
What kind of a drive you're looking at?
About an hour drive.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a bit of a drive. So you're probably hoping the gas prices go down.
I do.
Just
Definitely.
a little bit. But I get it. It's beautiful country out there, right?
Yeah, and it's honestly a lot cheaper down there.
It is. I know people that actually live in like Landrum South Carolina, or just over the border in areas right there, and they commute to say, my wife works at Mission Hospital, so she's got some people that work at the hospital that come from South Carolina.
Yep.
And I mean, if you don't hit really bad traffic on 26, which we all kind of know you're gonna, it's not far if you don't, right? It can be like a 40-minute drive, which isn't awful.
No, it's not bad.
But when you hit that traffic and
It's
you got to
horrible.
sit in it, it's the worst.
Yep.
It'll take you over an hour and a half to just, get where you need to go. So let's talk about your start in law enforcement. So Fletcher, you said.
I started in Tryon.
In Tryon, another beautiful community.
Yeah.
Horse country there.
It is.
With the Tryon Equestrian Farm out there, right?
Yep, the Equestrian Center.
I remember when they opened that. I'm old enough, yes. You're saying, is this guy? Yes, this guy is old enough. In my previous career in radio, I remember they had like a big ribbon cutting and they invited all the media to come down and they put on this big fancy spread because, horse people got money. They wined and dined us and all of that.
Oh,
and
wow.
At the time, there was nothing there. It was an open field in like a tent, but they had all the drawings and all the visions and everything. And now, of course, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And they even host the Spartan races there.
They do.
And so as a group, we've all run there several years.
Oh, wow.
So you could do that with us this year if you'd like.
I just did my first Spartan in Charlotte.
Did
a couple
you?
months ago. Yep.
Well, congratulations. Aru. You might not know by looking at me, but I got way into Spartan races a few years back. Well, more than a few years back when I was doing CrossFit too. And I did a bunch. Just take a random guess. How many Spartan races do you think I've done?
I don't know.
17.
Oh, wow.
One year I got a trifecta, and then the following year a double trifecta. I was a younger man. But I did it last year, though. I did it last year. I did the year before, so I'm still hanging in there. I'm definitely the elder statesman.
Yeah.
What made you want to do your first one?
Just guys at Fletcher that I worked with. They
Okay.
had the idea, and I was like, well, they invited me, so I was like, I'll try it.
I always tell people, like, why are you still doing it? I'm like, because how often, as an adult, do you get to get muddy?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
It was
It's
a lot
just-
of fun.
Yeah, it's just a big obstacle course in the mud, you put on a suit, you do all these things when you get to my age, and it's like, when do you get to just get a little, get a little nasty, get a little muddy, get a little sweaty, maybe even bloody? It's just, it's kind of fun to do.
It really is. It was. I had a blast.
Did you catch the bug? You going to do some more?
So we've talked about doing the one in August.
All right.
For the Asheville.
I'm going to see you there. I'm going to hold you to it.
I don't know. It depends on what my schedule is here.
All right. So you joined the Tryon Police Department first. What got you inspired to do that the very first time, to be a member of law enforcement?
So I grew up in law enforcement. My father, he's chief of police right now at Biltmore Forest. And then whenever I was 16, I actually had an uncle who passed away from a drug overdose. So just my goal was to get into it and get as much dope off the streets as I could.
Okay. So you've done a little bit of that, I would guess, with 16 years behind you. So a few years at Tryon, and then you moved on to the Fletcher Police Department.
Yep. Fletcher, moved to Fletcher, just bigger area. At the time, Tryon didn't have a take-home car program.
Right.
So I was having to commute back and forth using my own personal car and gas, and Fletcher had a take-home car program, so that helped out a ton. Just bigger area and more opportunity.
And now with the Asheville Police Department.
Yep.
So what prompted that?
Once again, just bigger department. Able to, at Fletcher, I loved Fletcher, don't get me wrong, but they didn't have any specialty programs like a traffic team or like SWAT or anything like that. And here being a bigger department, just be able to further my career. And
So you kind of aspired to one of those departments here. We just recently relaunched several, like you mentioned, traffic. Traffic has only been a few months.
Yep. I would, that's actually the one I would love to be on. I've already got my traffic crash reconstructionist certificate through the Justice Academy. I've done that and just love traffic.
I'm sure they'd love to have you.
I hope so.
You've met Hunter Wellborn, I would guess, right?
I have not.
Yeah, he's your
Not
guy.
yet.
Got to talk to Hunter.
Okay.
All right, he's your man. He'll get you in there, I'm sure.
Cool.
I don't want to automatically say there's an opening, but I don't want to speak for him. But I know that was recently relaunched, one of the many units that they wanted to get. And so pretty soon the housing unit, the Hackett unit with our housing authority, also being relaunched in the process of that. All of this as we continue to restock our shelves, so to speak. We hit a low in about 2020. A lot of the reasons, of course, the George Floyd riots, COVID, all those things led to mass retirements, resignations, transfers, all those things. And so we've been slowly building the Asheville Police Department force back up ever since. And lateral transfers are a big part of it. And it's great to get all these young cadets, but to get people like yourself that have actual law enforcement experience, that's huge. So what do you think you bring from your years of experience that maybe you can even help with the young guys with?
Really just the experience. I've worked a few fatal crashes, successfully prosecuting them. I've been to just about any type of call that you can go to. I was big on DWI enforcement, drug enforcement. I've had several trafficking cases under my belt. I've prosecuted, sent people to prison for 10 plus years. Just my experience in general.
I mean, what you can learn from, textbooks is great, but in this profession, maybe more so than almost any other, what you see out there in the streets and your experiences, I've got to think that's so much bigger.
Yeah.
What you see every day and how you react.
Yeah, it's massive. There's one officer that I learned from. He's actually moved to Texas now with Homeland Security. But I learned more from him than I did any class that I ever took.
Senior Police Officer Mark Beddingfield is with me, or we think Senior Police Officer. He's not 100% sure as a lateral transfer how the 16 years will translate into his new position here at the Asheville Police Department. But like I was talking with Brandon, you're getting probably a little bit sick of those four walls in there as the paper gets processed and all those different things. Getting a little anxious to get on the street, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm ready to get back at it.
Do you know approximately when?
I'm going to say at least 3 more weeks.
I mean, you're at the mercy of the paperwork.
Yes, at the mercy of the state.
Yeah, but you did have to do a lot of the things that regular employees have to, even like myself. You still have to undergo the background checks and the polygraph. Did you do the polygraph again?
I did. I had to do the polygraph again and
polygraph.
Psych eval.
Dude, the polygraph, man, I am telling you, I was sweating buckets in the room. Because
I was too.
As a civilian, like coming in here, I was not a member of law enforcement before I took this job. And they put all those diodes or whatever those things are. They're all over the place. They're on your arms. They're on your chest. They're on your butt cheeks. I mean, they're everywhere.
They are.
And you're just like, okay, I got nothing to be nervous about, but I'm incredibly nervous. And how did you do? I mean, I fared horribly, but I passed.
I mean, that was my second one, and even being thrown it once before, I still was taking deep breaths.
Exactly, which is exactly what you shouldn't do.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was my big thing. It's like, I'm telling the truth, but what if this thing says I'm lying?
Yeah, I was more nervous about that than anything I've ever done.
New APD officer via lateral transfer, Mark Beddingfield, joins me. We're going to treat you like you've been here forever, though, because a question that we always ask is something that most people don't know about you. And being brand new, they really don't know anything about you, so you could shout out anything. Let's put it this way. What would you like your fellow officers and maybe members of the community to know about you?
I mean, one fun thing about me, I race dirt bikes with my kids. It's called hair scramble racing.
Hair scramble racing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I am not familiar with that.
So the tracks are usually, I've been on one as short as 6.5 miles, and I've been on one as long as 13 miles. It's up and down mountains, and it's usually an 1.5 to 2 hour race.
Wow.
You do as many laps as you can in 2 hours.
Okay. So where do these take place?
There's a big national series called GNCC. It's Grand National Cross Country Racing. Mm-hmm. They're all over. Georgia, Florida, all over. And then there's a North Carolina series.
Is there any around like here in the mountains? North
Carolina series. It's North Carolina Hair Scramble Association. They Morganton, Taylorsville, those areas.
Now you got somebody else you got to talk to besides Hunter Wellborn. You got to talk with Sergeant Booth, Justin Booth. So he was in our last episode because May is Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. And he got started on, well, not on that circuit, but on that style of bike.
Okay.
So kind of more like the dirt bikes, those type things. That's how he got started way back in the day, and he's continued his love for motorcycles by mostly riding on the street. Mm-hmm. But I know for a fact that's how he got started. Like way back. So you guys have something in common there. See, so you're learning, I'm learning, everyone's learning.
Yeah.
So Tryon, then Fletcher, and now the Asheville Police Department as a lateral transfer. Third stop, and we hope it's your last.
I'd like to finish it here because having to go through another hiring process I don't want to do.
I don't blame you. You mentioned traffic safety unit. Any other aspirations with the APD?
Maybe get back as a supervisor because I was a sergeant at Fletcher. So get back there one day.
Awesome.
That's about it.
Well, Senior Police Officer, we thank Mark Beddingfield. Thank you so much for joining me and for joining the Asheville Police Department for being a part.
Well, thank you.
Getting to know Officer Andrew Ammons. How are you?
Good, sir. How are you?
This took a minute to get us in one room together.
It sure did.
For all the reasons that we're here, actually. You're a busy guy, right? You're currently in training.
Yes, sir.
Right? And you're also a new dad. Yes, and with Father's Day coming up on June 21st, you got a lot of newness in your life, don't you?
Yeah, it doesn't feel real at all. Like having a child to go home to, It's the greatest thing, but it's also weird almost feeling.
Well, you're a young man. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Good Lord. Okay, so I'm 57, right? And I wasn't even married until I was 30.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thought of children didn't even come into existence for me. And then I quickly decided it wasn't for me. You obviously decided it was for you.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that here in just a couple of seconds. Let's go back to the beginning of where are you from?
So I'm from Brevard, North Carolina. It's like probably 45 minutes south of here.
Yeah, I know where Brevard is. I've lived here for 25 years, so I've been to Brevard. Love Brevard, as a matter of fact. Yeah. It's a great little community. I go out there, I golf. There's the waterfalls. There's some nice breweries. It's a real nice community. It's like really what Western North Carolina is all about.
It sure is.
You know, the small town feel.
Yeah.
And all of that. So you're from Brevard, but you work for the Asheville Police Department.
I do.
So why not Brevard?
So my dad's was in law enforcement for 34 years. We've lived in Brevard my whole life. I didn't want to base my career off of his career. I didn't want to just follow in his footsteps of just being Tom Ammons' son. I wanted to be my own man and create my own upcoming in law enforcement. So
he worked for the Brevard Police Department?
No, he worked for the SBI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did that for 20-something years. I mean, he worked for Buncombe County for a little while, worked at Henderson County until he retired about 2 weeks ago, actually.
So then he would be probably why you wanted to get into law enforcement, though, right?
Yeah, so my grandfather was a highway patrolman out in Winston-Salem, and then my dad was an SBI agent. So it kind of just feels like it's in my blood, honestly. You
were exposed to it, the lifestyle, and everything that encompasses it your entire life.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're a dad. All right, so we're going to jump right into that now.
Okay.
And you're already married at age 22.
I'm not married yet. I'm engaged.
Oh, okay. Engaged. Well, so you got that go. Oh, my God.
I'm on the path to it, yeah.
So, holy cow, that's another new thing you got coming up then, right? Then that whole process.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Dude, don't you want to just... Haven't you thought about maybe spreading these things out just a little bit?
I've never been a patient guy. I've always, like, when I know I want something, I just do it.
One at a time, though. I mean, because you're about to become a solo officer. How close are we to that?
6 shifts.
Oh, wow. You're really close. So even like by the time this is out, you'll be like right there on the cusp.
Yes.
So now we obviously had a ceremony when you graduated from BLET. There's no real ceremony when you go solo, right? Except maybe get in a car.
Maybe a car.
Yeah, right now because we're kind of short on cars because we've got so many of you guys. Yeah. You had 21, I think, in your class. Is that the right number?
Yes.
That's a lot.
That's good for us, though.
Yeah, it's our biggest class in years, and it's one of the reasons we were able to bring back the BLET program in-house. So that must have been pretty exciting too, right?
It was great. I love being in-house. I was around the people that I'm going to be on the road with. I mean, just being exposed to even just the area that we're in, even being from Brevard, I didn't come to Asheville very much. So understanding Asheville, just coming to class was a helpful tool for me.
So you're learning the city. Okay, you're learning how to be a cop.
Yeah.
Learning how to be a dad.
Yeah. All in one.
So how's the dad thing going?
Oh, it's great. Yesterday, I literally spent the whole day with her. We watched Clifford. That is her biggest thing.
Big red dog.
Big red dog.
Loved Clifford.
Because at her age, she's 3 months. So she's starting to see colors. And the big red dog is a huge part of her life right now.
It's a big red dog. It's a big color.
Yeah. So, I mean, her eyes just get so huge when she looks at Clifford. And it's just in awe of the TV.
Okay, so let's talk about when she was born. All right, it was only 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And those aren't memories that are going to fade anytime quickly.
Oh, gosh, no.
But it was just 3 months ago. So what was that like? Were you there for the delivery?
I was. So kind of a story. So I was in phase 1 of field training. I had let my field trainer know, like, hey, this is what's coming up. And so like she'd been in the hospital a couple of days. She got released because she hadn't got to 1 centimeter yet.
So a bit of a false alarm then, she thought, and then not ready.
Yeah, so we were in the hospital for 3 days leading up. Like, I was there, and then I went home to go to work, and then come home. It was just a whole thing. So, like, the day of, I remember it very, very well, obviously. It was, like, 9 o'clock in the morning. I got a call, like, hey, I'm going to the hospital. Like, this is happening today. I was like, oh, my. And I looked at my FTO, John Derrick, and I was like, I think I need to go. And he was like, what do you mean you think? You need to go now. Like, what are you still doing here? So, I mean,
I believe John Derrick's father, right?
He is.
Okay, so he knows.
Oh, he knows. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like, just go. Don't even worry about work. Don't worry about your time. Don't worry about field training. Go be with her. I was
Yes,
like, okay.
Some things are more important.
Yeah.
And that was definitely one of those things.
Yeah. So she was born that night it was like 9:30 at night. That she was born, and like my whole world just changed in literally half a second.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And so there's that. There's the hospital, of course, but then it gets real when you go home.
Yeah.
So now there's no doctors around. There's no nurses around.
No.
There's just you and your fiance.
Yeah.
And your child.
Yeah.
And then the child's like, the child's going to cry. The child's going to this. It's all these things you guys got to figure out.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely an adjustment. Like when we came home, I think we came home like 2 days later from the hospital, and we're sitting there going, holy cow, this is real.
Very real.
Yeah. First thing we did is like when she was sleeping, we were out. Like we went straight to sleep as soon as we got home, and when she was sleeping. And honestly, she didn't really cry when we first got home.
Okay.
She wasn't a huge crier probably till about a month. Like she slept a lot in her first month.
Well, good for you and your fiance, of course.
I mean,
Mom.
it's honestly, it's still been very well. I mean, she sleeps 12 hours a night. She goes to bed at 7 o'clock and doesn't wake up until 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning.
There's some new parents that hate you right now because I understand it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
It's just, every case is different and there's no rhyme or reason to it.
I mean, we have a great routine with her. We'll eat dinner together about 6 o'clock, give her a bath, make her a fresh bottle, and then take her to our room where it's completely dark. She has a sound machine that lights up bright red, which is supposed to be good for the child. Mm-hmm. So we just tuck her in, put her blanket in the dryer where it's nice and warm when she gets out, and have like prop up her bottle with the blanket. She's out like a light.
Okay, now you can share the name or not share the name. It's up to you, but who got to choose the name?
Oof. I was very indecisive. Like my fiance chose probably like 20 names, and I said no to every single one of them. And so we had a list of 2.
I hope you said no nicely.
I tried. There were some names in there I was like, these are just not going to work.
So that's awful. That's horrible. We're not calling her Beatrice. It's just we're not doing that.
Yeah. No, so the kind of the backstory is her name's Emery.
Okay.
So
it's a pretty name.
Yeah. So my grandparents lived in Tennessee, and they lived in a community called Little Emery. And that's where they went to high school, like middle school, through grade school, it was Little Emery. And we fell in love with that name. And then also with that name, she has a lot of like nicknames she can go by.
M?
We call her M right now. Yeah. Emmy.
Little Emery, just like the name of the town.
Yeah, then her middle name is Magnolia. So she can, it's just a beautiful name. And she has so
Emery Magnolia Ammons.
Yes.
That does just roll off the tongue, doesn't it?
It's nice.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. So, I mean, she go by her middle name. I mean, she has endless options. When she grows up. Yeah, we were really excited when we came across that name.
Okay, I'm just going to give you a warning. You're not going to get a Father's Day gift this year. I don't think Emery is going to go out and get you anything. Now, you might get a gift from someone else, but you're not getting it from her.
No. Not
okay.
Yet.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations on that with Father's Day coming up. So the other new thing in your life, a new officer of the APD.
Yeah.
Is it everything so far that you kind of thought? I mean, you just got out of BLDT, 3-4 months ago?
Yeah.
6 months, maybe closer to 6 months. So for the last 5-6 months, you've been on the road now.
Yeah.
And which is different than being in a classroom.
Much different.
But is it kind of what they taught you? Is it kind of the things that you're seeing on the road are kind of what they kind of braced you for?
I mean, in a sense, I feel like you obviously can't predict any call that we're going to go to. Like literally every single day is completely different. You cannot, like for me, I can't predict my day because then it doesn't happen. Well,
look at the difficulty we have scheduling this.
Exactly.
As far as predicting your day, your schedule. And
yes.
It took us forever, but I'm glad you're joining me.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, like it's definitely 100% different than sitting there in the classroom. It's just, they can't expose you to exactly what call you're going to go to. But I've been very grateful with my field training officers. Like they've been amazing. They've taught me a lot about just being a law enforcement officer, how to be because all of my FTOs are dads too. So they all understand of how to be a dad and to be a police officer. And then just teaching me how to be a police officer and a dad all at the same time.
Well, the work-life balance is incredibly important.
Yes.
It's not just a job. I think you're figuring that out already. Yeah. It is. Yeah. It's a life. It's a lifestyle.
It is.
And then to balance that with your home life and the support from your family, your growing family now is going to be vitally important to your success.
Yeah, for sure.
So pretty excited about the next week or so. You're going to be solo and on your own in a matter of speaking. But, of course, your fellow officers never far away.
No, never. And it's a bit of a scary feeling to be solo, not knowing there's not an officer sitting beside me. But
I'm sure everyone's ever in the history of policing has felt that way.
Yeah. But I feel like it's just like just a learned skill. You just repeat it, like doing it over and over again. It'll just come. It'll just click. So
biggest surprise that you've encountered thus far, the one thing that you just did not see coming.
Oof.
Like, is it the paperwork? Is it the long days? Is it the
long days don't really bother me as much. I think it's just the amount of, like, there's some days that are just literally report days. You'll get to work and you have reports from last night that you got to finish, and then you get calls and it's only reports. So you just feel like you're just typing all day.
Right.
And some days where you're just like, you're enjoying yourself. Like I like traffic. I like doing traffic stops and getting out with people. So some days I'll just be doing that, and other days I'll just be typing away with my fingers. So
well, you're just getting started, but there's a certain area that you think you might want to focus on as you are here a little bit longer at the Asheville Police Department, be it the CID or K9, or is it traffic?
It's traffic. TSU is definitely where my end goal is.
Well, that unit just got relaunched, so you're in luck.
Exactly. So I'm excited to go to the trainings and get all the stuff that I need, and just get more out there and just do the job more. And because I feel like once I do it longer, it's just going to come more naturally. And like specialized units are going to be in view where I can actually achieve what I want.
Well, congratulations on so many things.
I appreciate it.
In just a few days, and maybe by the time this airs, you'll be a solo police officer. So one more box can be checked in your life. Congratulations on being a dad with Father's Day coming up.
I appreciate it.
And congratulations on the wedding, which will be coming soon as well.
We'll see. I'm thinking probably next fall.
Okay, so you got a little time to plan on that one.
Let's just crossed.
Take a deep breath and maybe let's get this daddy thing down.
Yeah.
And then we'll plan for the wedding.
Exactly.
All right. Well, congratulations to you and your future bride and the mom, and to Emery Magnolia Ammons.
Yes.
Love that name. Officer Ammons, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Time again for another History Minute with Hannah Silberman. Welcome back.
Happy to be here.
In this one, I guess we go back 75 years, right? To 1951, right about now in 1951, June 9th. And I was just reading a blurb about this one. Now, you've got way more details, but this reads like it's straight out of the movies.
Yeah.
A shootout in Montreat. Do tell.
Sure. So about 9:50 p.m., two police officers, Patrolman Don Poor and J.D. Baker, were called to Morrow Street in Montford, and there was a man who was chasing people around the neighborhood with a gun.
That's not good.
No. So when they got there, they found the man standing in an alley next to the address they were given on Morrow Street, and he was armed with a shotgun. And so the officers challenged him and said, drop it. They pulled out their guns, but that's when he shot at police officer Poor.
Wow, with a shotgun.
With the shotgun.
Okay, any damage?
No, the two police officers pulled out their guns and, of course, started firing back.
Any idea how close they were to each other? Because a shotgun can kind of, depending on what you got in there, it can be pretty scattered.
I don't imagine he was close enough, especially since the officers immediately fired back. But they were able to summon aid on the radio. But before the backup could arrive, the police officers already emptied the chambers of their gun.
Wow.
And so they were waiting. And so now they've emptied their gun. This man, who presumably has another shot left, is showing down with them in this alley.
So just shooting at each other, basically.
Yep. Officer Poor decided to lay down prone in the shadows of the alley because he knew that this man was advancing on him. And apparently the suspect heard the click of the empty gun and knew that the officers were out of ammo and started screaming, "I'm coming to get you."
Wow.
And as the cruiser started to come, he fired another shot, which caused some amount of damage. In a follow-up article, it said that either gravel or parts of the shotgun shell actually hit the face of Officer Poor and caused some damage.
Like hit the ground maybe and ricocheted up?
Ricocheted up.
I'm trying to figure out where that Morrow Street in Montford.
Today, it is that little road where Montford Park is under the community center.
Okay,
It's kind of that gravel when you are in the parking lot and you have to take the road that connects you down almost to Cortland.
Okay, so not an alley anymore.
Right.
But at the time, that was an alley. Okay, I'm starting to get the mental image now, the visual.
Yes. It's still kind of an alley.
Yeah, you're right. It is still kind of an alley, not the alley that I envision. When I think alley, I'm thinking, walls on both sides, downtown type stuff. That's what I think of when I think of alley. But in reality, any of those kind of quick little cut-throughs qualifies as an alley.
But yeah, it's that little cut-through from the parking lot under the Montreat Community Center.
Right.
Going south back towards town.
Okay, so he shoots kind of into the ground, gets some ricochet up. I'm coming to get you.
Finally, the sound of the approaching cruisers frightened him off. So he ran away and left a trail of blood because he had been shot in the finger by the police officers returning fire.
In the finger?
In the finger.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That is a small target, and what are the odds?
Yeah. But they did catch him using the trail of blood in a house in the nearby neighborhood.
Well, at least that they could call for backup. Because remember, we talked about a story one time that was in the Emma area. I guess that one would have been probably in the early 1900s when there were no police radios.
Yep.
And if you remember, that one lasted a little longer and had a little more because there's no help coming.
I think that was right behind the police station.
Right.
Yeah, you couldn't.
But you couldn't call anybody.
Couldn't call anybody.
Your only hope was to go find someone.
He went to a neighbor's house to reload his ammo. If you remember in that story, he ran out.
Can I borrow some bullets?
Exactly.
I remember how that story unfolded.
But Officer Poor didn't have that, and he had an armed person coming for him. But thankfully, he did run away.
They found him, though.
They did, and it actually mentions the officers who caught him included Police Chief Harold Enlow and Assistant Chief Sluter. So everybody came to the call.
It was an all hands on deck for that one.
Absolutely.
So police radios there, getting the word out and everyone coming.
Well, a couple of days later, they did publish an article about his sentence, and his defense said, quote, "I don't know a thing about that. I was drunk."
I don't think that's really an adequate defense, but I mean, you go with what you got.
Yeah.
But look at how quickly that process was from incident to capture to trial.
Well, it was in the police court, which existed at the time. So it was run by a police court judge, and the process has moved a lot faster. I'm actually not 100% sure because I thought felonies were processed in the superior court. Most of the time, the police court, to my understanding, was for like intoxicated people and misdemeanors. And
so do you think possibly they wanted to keep that one there?
That's quite possible. But they said that they sentenced him to 4 years, quote, on the roads.
So on the roads to me sounds like kind of chain gang type stuff. Not like today where they put that little vest on you and you pick up garbage along the side. I'm thinking it was a little harder back in the day. I'm not sure exactly what they were doing, busting rocks or whatnot, but on the roads it sounds like that was not easy time.
Yeah, I would imagine it was probably not very pleasant.
So 4 years for that one. And thankfully none of the officers were really hurt badly, just a little bit of a ricochet from a shotgun.
Yeah,
but that had to be terrifying.
It says they're not sure if it was from the shot or the gravel, but he definitely got it when he was flattened out on the alley trying to hide. So I'm sure that was a pretty terrifying moment for
and they had to be close enough. He heard the click of the gun.
Yeah.
So clearly they weren't like 100 yards apart. They were close enough proximity that they could hear that.
Yeah.
So 2 officers on one side, assailant on the other, he with the shotgun, them with their pistols, and just firing away like Hollywood could write that script.
No, but thankfully those officers showed up because it did use the term terrorizing the neighborhood, and he was apparently willing to shoot that quickly at the responding officers who knows what he would have done if they hadn't shown up.
So I wondered if he had fired at anybody else or fired in the air, done it. Terrorizing the neighborhood to me. I mean, just wandering around yelling doesn't quite mean terrorizing, but I bet he fired the weapon probably several times.
Yeah.
So they did get him. That's the good news. So we have a happy ending to that one, and it occurred on June 9th, 1951. We've got a good one coming up in July we're going to talk about. Tease this one for the next episode. This one is called The Worst Traffic in Asheville's History. Now, people can relate to this because they would argue that currently is the worst traffic in Asheville's history as we're in the middle of multiple interstate projects right now, including the bridge is about to be completely built and dismantled, and this whole thing through I-26 and 40 and 240 and all of that. So to be worse than that, it's going to take some doing. But that occurred on July 3rd, 1951. So the same year. So we will do that one in one of the upcoming episodes in July of the APD Pod Squad. But another History Minute with Hannah Silberman. Thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
That does it for another episode. Thank you to my guests, Officers Brandon Collins, Mark Beddingfield, and Andrew Ammons, and Hannah Silberman with the History Minute. And thank you for listening, especially all the dads out there. A very happy Father's Day to you. Got something to say? I love feedback. Call 828-250-8800 and leave a voicemail. That's 828-250-8800. Maybe it's something you'd like us to talk about or a guest you'd like us to feature. Or you can just email apdpodcastfeedback@asheville.nc.gov, giving you options. Listen and subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts, and don't miss a single episode. Leave us a 5-star review and help spread the word. Tell your friends and family. I'm Rick Rice, and this is the APD Pod Squad.
Mountains